sometimes maybe a little bit boring to look at, but it's so important for young horses to get really in this kind of situations, to get things to do that they get a little bit less stressed. And when they are getting less stressed, then it's much easier, but okay, it takes time. Okay, and introduce him.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
And this one is the next horse, 7-year-old, 7 års valder, Hedens Dimarco, som rides af Rune Willum Hansen. Hedens Dimarco efter Denoir og Landau til morfar. Har i 2010 og 2011 flere placeringer til distriktsstævner i henholdsvis FB, LA og MA. Hesten er født hos Helle Bundgaard i Hadsund og ejes af Patricia Florin i Sverige.
Yes, okay. Okay, I know this is a 7-year-old, huh? I think 7 years old, okay. And it's just, you did already your warming up there? You warming up? Okay, so we can do some small exercises. Okay, because normally I always start also how old they are, always with a little bit tempo changing at the start, that you feel that you have a little bit more control. So maybe for you it's also good to just make him a little rounder, to start just a little round on both reins, just a little. Yeah? Yeah, make him a little round. There, good. And then start making first a little bit tempo changing, just to see for control how he is on your leg. If you can ride him forward, and if you can let him come back. Okay, then bring him back, bring him back. Because there, he makes himself a little bit too long. So make him a little rounder in the neck, little rounder. There, and then relax your hand. Good. And then go forward again. Good. There, and back. Good. Before you feel that he makes himself longer and want to go too much forward, just bring him back. Relax your hand and then go forward again. That you feel that you have the control over the position of the neck and also the tempo. And bring him back. Good. There. Okay, change rein. Yeah, you can bend him a little bit more because you start bending her and you relax your hand and he is already straight again. So keep a little bit the bending. Also when you have your reins loose, he needs to stay there. There, good. And relax. Okay. And touch him with your leg. See if he goes forward. Good. And back again. And back. Ooh. There. Okay. Yeah, that's better. And a little bit forward. Yeah, go on. There, good. And bring him back again. And now bring him back a little bit more, to a little bit smaller trot. Not like a passage, but just small. Because you can see a little bit, it's easier for him to do like a small big trot than a small, really small trot. Walk, make it easy to walk. Yeah, and then trot again. I don't want to see like the slow trot, but the smaller trot. Yeah, and bring him back to really small and walk, bring him back to walk. When you feel he gets only bigger like that, just bring him back to a little bit, really, yeah, there, that's better, okay, and forward again. Okay, good, and then follow the track again, a little bit forward, good, and bring him back and make him there, good, and relax again. That's good. Okay, do a little bit the same in the canter. Just canter a little bit and then do a small tempo changes with him. That you can feel he gets a quick reaction on your leg with riding back and forward. Yeah, a little bit more. Come. Good. And collect him a little bit more. Yeah, try to keep him straight, because there the haunches are coming in a little bit. Try to keep him really straight. You can bend them in the neck, but don't let the haunches come in. Good. And bring him back again. And let him drop the neck a little, yeah, that he goes a little bit rounder. There, good. Okay, and relax. Good. And forward again. A little bit more. Come. Good. And bring him back. Take your reins a little shorter now. Okay, good. Change rein. And then do a change somewhere. But really feel before you make a change, make it straight, Keep it straight. It's not straight. Okay, forward. There, good. And bring it back again. Okay, good. And then see, when you bring it back, if you can relax your hand and feel that he stays under you, that he doesn't run away. Okay, and bring him back again. Good. Okay, now you start bending in on the long side, only with the head a little bit to the right. Just bend it. And then follow the track. Yeah, keep him straight. Oh, yeah, there. Good. And a little bit forward. And here, this is how we prepare a little bit like a half pass. First we learn to horses to bend a little bit to one side, that you feel he gives in on the inside rein before you go sideways. Try to keep, yeah. There, good. And then a little bit forward too. Good, but keep your bending. Okay, and bring him back, and bring him back. There, okay. And when that feels okay, then you can come with your outside leg, and then you can go for a half pass. Okay, good. And can you go forward in it? A little bit forward in your half pass. Okay, and bring him back again. Okay, make your change. Yeah. Okay, make a change. Yeah, and canter forward. There, good. And then bring him back. And then you do the same on this side. Just start bending him to the left, that you feel he gives in on that rein before you go sideways. Okay. Good. And then go a little bit forward in it. Just keep on making some tempo changes with the bending. And then it's also good for the gymnastic for the horse. And you make them looser because you can keep your bending, you can still have control over the tempo. And when that feels okay, then you can go sideways again. Good. Yeah. And bring him back again. Bring him back. Good. And then bring him back a little bit more. See if that's possible. Good. There. Okay. And then when it feels good, when he relaxes on the inside rein, then you do a half pass. And then right forward in it. More forward. Come, come. There. And bring him back. And stay in the half pass. Good. Okay. That's good. Okay, when you want to make a change, really feel that he is straight before you make your change. Left, right, make there, keep him straight. That's better, and then make your change. Good. That's better. Okay, yeah. Okay, and then try to do a half pass again. Then you make a half pass to the center line, and then on the center line, you go straight on, and you start bending him a little bit to the left. In your right canter there, and now bend him to the left. Yeah, okay, and then make a change at the end. Good. And then you do a half pass to the left, make it straight on the center line, and then bend it to the right. This is how we make a little bit like a preparation when we do like a big zigzag. And we first meant to make it straight, bend it to the right, but then don't make a change before you. Yeah, okay, he was ahead of you. That's what I mean. Sometimes they just make a change because you are changing the bending, and I don't want it. So do it one time more. So make a half pass until the center line, and then feel that you can bend it to the left without him changing. Bend it there to the right. Yeah, okay. Good. And now go straight, and then bend it to the right. Don't let it change. There. And then make the change. Good. Okay. And again to the left. And when you can do that a little bit quicker, that you can bend and make a change, then you can go for the other side. But I think that's a little bit too early for him now. So this is just a thing you can do to keep him waiting. Yeah. Okay, that's better. That's good. Okay, let him walk for a round. But make a good transition. Okay, canter again, that's not a good transition because it's just walk, walk, boom. No, just every transition that you ride, you must ride. Really ride it. You collect him a little bit more, especially when they are a little bit older. You can do a little bit more then. Collect him, there, and then walk. That's better. Okay. And then give him a little bit long rein, but still feel that you have control over the tempo. As long as you are riding with him, even when you give him a long range, keep control. Yeah, keep the long weights. Try it with the longer weights. Bring it back a little bit more. Bring it back more. Good. There, good. And forward again. Yeah, let them get a little bit longer. Because when you are walking like that, you stretch the neck, but you still can do some small things in the walk, that you are busy with him and he's paying attention to you as long as you are riding. Okay? And bring him back again. Bring him back a little bit. Okay, good. And then also try that on a straight line, and not always on a circle. Yeah, bring him back a little bit more. Bring him back more. So really